Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Shannon and this is my wife Sam. And today we thought in honor of Pride Month we would share our coming out stories. But before we get into that, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like this video, make sure to follow us on socials. So we'll put all that in.
I'll put it in the description.
Yeah, so that you guys can follow along with us. In honor of Pride Month, we're gonna talk about our coming out stories. We have two very different stories. Hers is
a lack thereof story, kind of,
but in a good way.
Yeah,
in a good way.
Yeah.
And then mine's a little bit more dramatic and eventful, not in really necessarily a good way, but we thought we'd share them just so that people could kind of see, you know, there's a whole bunch of different ways of coming out and how it's going to play out and whatever.
How people react, how your family and friends will take it.
Yeah, but like don't be afraid to do it, even if you feel that some people might judge you for it or think of you differently. You got to do what's best for you. These are just...
Do it when you're ready also.
Yeah, these are just what we went through, what we experienced, and we hope that some of you guys find some of it helpful. Sam's story, her story is, you know, not overly...
I don't have much of a story. Really just made a giant Facebook post.
Yeah, we were already like hanging out, and I think we were actually together.
We weren't dating yet. I had recently come to terms with, I think I like girls, I'm not sure. I don't know. I had talked to a couple of other people prior to her, and they were very different from her. Not my type. Like crazy. Like
there were some crazies.
They were not my type in the slightest, but I had no idea what I was doing. I just wanted to kind of test the waters to see that if that was even what I was interested in. I had no idea. I just knew I had different feelings, but I didn't know what it was. So I told my best friend, and she was totally okay with it. Like, she lives in New York, so we're long distance best friends. She was totally fine with it. No issues, helped me figure things out, talked to me or whatever. And then I told my brother before I told anybody else. My brother knew before anybody, and he was super supportive, talked me through things. I wanted to vent to him if I didn't want to tell him anything. He never pressured me into anything.
Mm-hmm. And that's how I felt, because like when we were talking, I knew she wasn't out to her family yet.
I wasn't out to anybody yet.
And I was like, you know, like I do see this going somewhere, but like I don't want you to feel like you have to come out. Like, do it when you're ready.
Yeah.
Type thing.
I was never pressured to come out by anybody. I didn't even know up until I was 21 years old that this is the route I was going. I had no idea. I knew I had a couple of boyfriends growing up that I just had zero interest in. Anytime they wanted to hang out, I made any excuse in the book not to. Like, I didn't want to hang out with them. I didn't want to do anything. But back then, there wasn't all of these YouTubers doing this, and there wasn't coming out videos, and there wasn't any YouTube channels to follow along, and there was none of that. It was you figure it out and you stay quiet, kind of. Mm-hmm. But we started talking, and in the summer of 2013, beginning of 2013.
And we knew we liked each other more than just friends.
We both had a feeling it was going to go somewhere, and I didn't want to hide my relationship by any means. I didn't want to feel like I was hiding her, or I was ashamed of the relationship, or anything. So I just, one night, I remember it being so late at night too, I made a huge Facebook post and tagged every single family member in it.
And was just like, here you go.
And laid it all out. And I got nothing but support. I was terrified.
Everybody was like super nice. Like, you know, we love you. Here to support you. We're happy that, you know, that you can be yourself.
Yeah, and I got nothing but support and whatever. I was terrified to tell my dad, because him and I are so close. I was terrified. I didn't want to disappoint him. I didn't want to ruin any relationship with him. And I just remember posting it, and within 5 minutes he was calling me, and my heart dropped. I was so scared.
You had to kind of expect that, though.
Yeah.
You can't just, especially with your dad and how close you were.
I didn't answer the phone. I ignored it. And then I had my brother and my stepmom texting me, your dad's not mad. Please call him. Please call him. He's fine. We love you. Please call him. So I called him, and he was like, listen, I just wanted you to know I'm not upset. I'm not disowning you. Like, nothing. Like, I love you. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you choose to do or who you choose to love. Like, it just couldn't have gone any better.
Yeah.
But
he was super, super cool about it. So props to you, Troy, being a great dad.
Given the circumstances of how it can go with some people, where
it can go the complete opposite.
Yeah, families just completely disown their kids. Like, my mom, I told her at school, actually. We were both in the same college.
Because we were sneaking around her mom. Like, literally, like, she would come to pick her up for school, and I would be, like, sneaking out the back door to, like, go and drive back home.
I lived on my own. It's not like she was,
yeah.
I was living at my
parents. But she didn't know about me. Like, I drove right past them, I don't know how many times.
Morning.
And she had no idea that her girlfriend was leaving the house, and they were going to do whatever.
Yeah.
So.
And my mom happened to say something, oh, you should get a boyfriend that's in the States, so that I can bring back more groceries over because we're a border city. Mm-hmm. She does her groceries over there because it's cheaper. And I made the joke. I said, why does it have to be a boyfriend? And she said, or a girlfriend, I don't care. I'll march in the parade. Like, yeah. So it didn't faze her either when I said, okay, listen, I've been seeing somebody, whatever. And it didn't faze either one of them. Like,
yeah, no, they were both like, probably like what everybody hopes for.
It was easy.
Yeah, it was so easy.
Scary. It was scary beyond belief, but it was so easy. And then
because you hope your parents are going to react how you think they're going to react. But yeah, no, your family was super, super cool, which was really, really good because you have high anxiety in situations like that. So, but don't rush it. Like, if you're not ready, like, because I obviously knew how you were, so I'm like, just do it when you're ready. Honestly, like, if it takes you 5 years to come out, it takes you 5 years. Like, there's no way I would have ever been like, I'm just going to make this huge message and just send it to all my family. Like, I would have had a heart attack. Like, I had to tell.
To me, that's the easiest way to do things, though. I'm better telling people in writing. Letters, text, emails, Facebook posts, whatever. I'm better that way than I am face-to-face. I don't like to see their reaction if it's bad. Yeah, I can kind of like hide.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no. I would do it the same way. Just I probably wouldn't have done it everybody at once. Like, I probably would have done like my close family. And
I had to get it all over with. Yeah, I got really lucky, definitely.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I had done all of my coming out basically before I had met you, and then it just kind of solidified it. When I was like, hey, I'm going to Sarnia and kind of seeing this girl, and then everyone just kind of knew, like, okay, like, you know, she likes girls, but now she's, like, taking that next step. Like, Sam started coming around and things, so, like, it became a little bit more real. With my story, I only really got to come out to half my family. I had a girl in high school. I have a sibling who is, I guess, married into the family. Like, we're not blood related, but we're the same age. And she had a friend who, you know, I didn't really like from the start. I just always had this feeling that, you know, she's not somebody I really wanted to associate with. But my parents were like, she's super nice, just give her a chance. So I did. You know, she was kind of having the same feelings where she didn't know, like, she knew she was bi, but she didn't know if she was, like, full on gay or not. Like, she kind of liked guys, but didn't. And I was in the same boat. So, like, we kind of confided in each other and whatever. And I was like, yeah, like, I don't know. Like, nobody knows how I'm feeling or how I've been feeling. And, you know, we ended up having a huge falling out because she, in my opinion, was not a very nice person. I'd come home from work one day and I was just in the kitchen trying to grab a snack, go into my room and, you know, do my thing. My stepmom had basically, like, cornered me in the kitchen and was just like, are you gay? And my jaw hit the floor and I was like, whoa. Like, it felt like someone had just hit me with, like, a ton of bricks. Like, I couldn't breathe. My chest was tight. My dad wasn't even home. Like, it was just me and her. And I was like, what the hell? Like, what do I do? How do I answer this? Like, because I still didn't even really know. And she just was like, oh, well, you know, this girl or whatever, she told us like over a year ago. And then I was just like, holy, like, you guys have known for a year and they've been hiding it from me. So this girl basically outed me to my dad and my stepmom and my sister, and I had no idea about it. Literally walked up to me, I was sitting down, and she just was like, are you gay, or like what's going on? I remember that moment so vividly. I couldn't breathe, and I just wanted to go to my room and hide because I was like, what is going on? And I was like, I don't know, like, I'm still trying to figure it out. And she's like, well, according to this person, you know, you've known for a while and you just aren't saying anything, and, you know, we're sick and tired of waiting, so I'm just asking you. And I just felt so betrayed because I have a best friend who I've known since she was 2. She's 2 years younger than me. And I was the second person in the whole world she told that she was gay. And I never breached that confidentiality to her. I never once even had the urge to go and tell somebody, hey, so did you know this person's gay? Because that is not my decision to make for her.
No, it's not. It's not anybody's decision but that person.
It's not anybody's decision to tell something like that about somebody. They do it when they're ready. I knew I had so much love and respect as like a close friend to hers that I was like, how did somebody else do that to me? Like, I wasn't ready. I didn't even know for sure, but now everything's out in the open. So I'm like, who else knows? How many other people did they tell? Like, does everybody in the world know now? And I'm just the one in the dark about it. You know, they didn't go about it well at all. Like, and so I was like, great. Well, now half my family knows, and it's not really exactly fair to the other half of my family. So now I kind of felt forced to finish coming out to everybody else because I didn't want to have to tell my mom and my older brother, hey, dad's known for a couple years, but I'm just going to tell you now. Like, that's not okay. That's not right. All that stuff going on, I now had to plan out how I was going to tell my mom and my brother. And that was not something I wanted to think about. You and your dad, I had that relationship with my brother. Like, 2 peas in a pod, growing up, always together, always doing the same things. Wherever he was, I wanted to be. And he was my absolute scariest person to tell because I didn't want it to change. And I honestly, in my heart, didn't know how he was going to take it. And I, kind of along the same lines as you, I was up till 2 a.m. in the morning. I couldn't tell you how many times I typed out a text to him and then deleted it and then retyped it and tried to send it so many times. And every time I went to hit send, I almost puked because I was so scared. But I couldn't tell him in person, and I knew that. So I finally had it was like almost 3 in the morning, I had finally hit send, and I was like, I know he's not going to see it right now. Woke up to a text the next morning saying, you need to call me, we need to talk. And I was like, oh my God, like, he's not okay with it, I don't know what to do. I had called him, and he's like, I'm going to stop by after work, and, you know, I want to talk to you face to face. I don't want to do this over the phone. Are you okay with that? And I said, yeah, I mean, realistically, I'm not, but, you know, I got to do it eventually. And he came over later that night, and I was shaking. I didn't know what to expect, and he just kind of was like, how long have you known? Are you sure? And things like that. And I was like, yeah, I've known for a long time. I just always tried to hide it or change my mind. He was super okay with it. I mean, I think one of the first things he said to me was, you know, sweet, you know, we're already so close. Now we can go pick up chicks together. Like, he just, you know, kind of like an icebreaker thing. So then I just had to tell my mom. And she's
still a work in progress.
She's the biggest struggle. I mean, like, her parents and my parents are literally 2 completely different generations. Whereas, like, my mom and my dad are an older generation, and my mom came from a very Christian family. My grandparents were very, you know, church every Sunday, you know, and all of their kids, you know, go to church and they whatever. So I was like, oh my God, this is going to be the biggest struggle. And, you know, she's always told me she's okay with it, but I've never actually felt fully in my heart that she is.
We've been together 6 years, and I'm still convinced she's not wholeheartedly okay with it, and we're now married.
And a little part of me respects the fact that she is an older generation and she doesn't understand quite as much as like her parents about it. It's always been an up and down roller coaster. Like sometimes I feel like she's okay, but then she'll kind of do something that makes me think otherwise. She says she loves me. She says, I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you. But, it's one thing to say it. You have to actually do it. For the most part, my family's been great considering how everything went. But I didn't get to come out when I was ready. I was kind of forced to.
Or how she wanted, yeah.
And it jump-started everything because I was just starting to be okay with it myself. And, that really hurt because I would never take that away from somebody. There's no way I would ever tell anybody anything personal like that because I know how it feels to have it taken away.
For sure. Never take that away from somebody. Even if you think you know and they haven't said anything to you, just wait. Mm-hmm. Just wait until they're ready.
Yeah, they can be literally walking around with a friggin' pride flag and rainbow shoes on. And if they haven't told you, don't say anything.
Just leave it. Just
leave it. We just need to be that friend that is just there when you need them, to see how, she came out and my best friend came out and how they got to do it on their own terms. It's rewarding for me because I see that when they were ready, they got to do it. And when I didn't get that opportunity and I was kind of forced to finish coming out when I wasn't ready, there's so many things I would have done differently that I can't change. It shouldn't matter who I sleep next to at night. If I'm happy, can't you just be happy for me kind of thing? And just remember that, coming out doesn't have to be dramatic. It can be a text message, a letter, a Facebook post, if you're the type of person who wants to do it in person, that's amazing. But just make sure it's what you want and nobody else. Mm-hmm. We were both like 20 and 21 when we came out. It wasn't like it was in high school and whatever. Like I hid myself for a really long time. Like I knew in grade school that I was probably gay, and you're like 11, 12. So to hide that for 10 years, it puts a lot of weight on you. But if that's what you need, then you need to do that. You need to find that one person you can trust absolutely anything with and tell them first. They're going to give you that reassurance that
they'll be your go-to person that'll help you through this whole process because it is a process.
I feel most of the time, on some level, they already kind of know.
Yeah, a lot of my family said they already knew, and they knew before I knew. How they know before I know,
if you really pay attention to your kids, there's going to be signs.
There's little signs that you yourself don't really realize you're putting out there in the moment.
It's honestly, as cliche as it sounds, when you hear, countless people on YouTube or Facebook or wherever it is that you watch videos and stuff, coming out is never the same for anybody.
It's not. We have two very different stories.
There's never the same emotion. There's never the same support. And you're in a similar situation like me or her or somebody else you watch on YouTube, it makes you feel good to know you're not alone with whatever is going on in your life.
There's so many things you can do to reach out now with YouTube being as big as it is, and the gay community that there is now on YouTube and the coming out videos and the support you can get online. If you have to reach out to somebody in a comment section of any video, do it. Because there are people out there who will message back, or Tumblr's really good. Message people on Tumblr. There's always people on Tumblr who are telling stories about coming out and making friends and developing things that way. Sometimes online is an easier way to go.
Like, I would have loved to have known all the YouTubers I watch now when I was 13 and I was freaking out because I knew I wasn't the same as my friends.
And it's funny to think about, though, all the YouTubers that there are now in the gay community, they're all our age. So they all did the same thing, and then they found...
They probably all wish they had what, you know, the younger generations have now, because it's not easy. Mm-hmm. And, you know, we're here, you know, if somebody is struggling and you guys want advice, like, reach out to us, like,
follow us on our social media.
We will respond, and we will help you in any way that we can. We're almost 30, so it's, you know, it's been a while for us since being out, but there's nothing I regret more than not doing it sooner.
Yeah.
Because when you hide something so big about yourself for so long, it comes out in ways you don't think it does. It affects your friendship life, your home life, your, you know, self-love for yourself and how you feel. Like, it weighs hugely on how you are as a person. But now that there's so many stories that you can watch and relate to, there's so many different things that people can help and offer and give suggestions on what to do to help make it easier for you. Make sure you are 100% honest with yourself before you go ahead and do anything else. Even if you think you are accepting of yourself, if there's ever that little bit of doubt, you're not ready. This is my happy. Find your happy. We hope that this video was helpful to anybody who's watching. We are here for you guys if you need us. Like we said, we'll put our socials in the description. Reach out to us if you have questions. We'll be happy to answer any of them. We're almost at our 75 subscribers. We're super, super close, and we're super thankful that you guys are helping us get there.
We need to hit that 100 subscriber goal next.
We're super excited for the content that's going to be coming out soon. We have a couple different things that we want to start sharing with you guys. Yep. And we thought, what better way to kick off some different content than Pride Month. Happy Pride, everybody. We hope you guys are doing good, and we hope to see you again soon. Bye, guys.